Okay, so I'm going to do my next video now. I have everybody's responsible for coming up with about 3 designs in their sketchbooks. Come up with 3 rough designs for your lino block cuts. Again, your goal is to use up as much of the frame as possible. So that's why we outlined the dimensions of our lino block, and then you want to utilize as much of the space as possible, but keeping interesting amounts of negative space around and within the illustration. Okay, if you have a large amount of negative space on one side, for instance this fish, there's a lot of fins on this side which kind of utilize a lot of the negative space on this side. I balanced it out with a few accents here. You can choose to do that, or you can simply just draw one animal that kind of evenly takes up space within the frame of your lino block dimensions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose my tortoise here. Okay, and I'm going to be careful to redraw him on my lino block. If I want him printed exactly like this, I need to go ahead and draw him backwards on here, because basically when I print him, he's going to print and be the mirror image of what I see right now. Okay, so actually I'm going to go ahead and draw him just as he is now. I'm going to keep the head here and the tail here, but I'm going to be cognizant of the fact that when I do roll ink on him and print him, his head will actually be on this side and his tail will be on this side. Okay, unless you have words in your print design, it doesn't make a really big difference. Nobody's going to point out that it's printed the opposite way. Of course, if I wrote turtle here and I wanted to print it, I might have to actually write turtle backwards for it to print correctly. Okay, so my next step is, again, I'm just going to gauge, right? This is the middle of the image. Okay, and kind of try my best to it's hard for you to see, but I'm drawing it exactly like I did here. First to the line, then I thickened the line, and I'm coloring it in nice and thick. These are the lines I'm going to be cutting around. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can kind of see that I'm shading it in. That way I don't accidentally cut through one of those lines, okay? So just keep going and try to copy it to the best of your capabilities and keep the spacing even, because again, if you go back and erase, it's not going to erase well, okay? So if you screw up, you can, okay, use the other side, but you only have this to work with. I don't have any extra lino blocks for you guys to reapproach this with. So make sure that you're doing it carefully, nice and slow. Do the line drawing, then thicken it up, and then shade it in, okay?
I'm going to throw some stuff